how clients see your profile and what they look for. To ensure that your profile is truly glamorous, you must know what clients are looking for. 1. They want to see that you have the required skills to complete the job. The basic membership allows you to list 10 skills on your profile. These are visible to the client when you submit a proposal. Use them wisely. Use them all. 2. They want to see that you speak English. Use your profile as a way of demonstrating your English speaking skills, or if you're a writer, your writing skills. 3. They like to see that you have great reviews. Not to worry, if you are a new freelancer, you will have a new freelancer badge that explains your lack of reviews. We cover how to build your review profile in a later chapter. Determine your skills. Video link to quiz included in Notepad document. Before signing up for Upwork, it is important to determine what skills or services you will be offering. What are you good at? Have no idea? That's okay. We found a really great self-assessment manual at Kent University online. This link can also be found in the attachments of this course. Now let's look at some key elements of your proposal. The proposal acts as a roadmap, and to someone that might be unfamiliar with working with a freelancer, this can help them better understand what this type of work entails and what it's going to cost. It's your job as a freelancer to familiarize the client with what you do, what they should expect from working with you, and you must communicate this effectively. Writing a compelling proposal that wins the client. Nobody likes receiving a templated letter, or especially a non-recipient specific message. For example, don't do this. Dear sir, we are writing to confirm the process of which we will provide design services to your company. If it were me receiving this type of message, I'd immediately delete it. It's cold and impersonal. You're not a robot, and if you're one person, don't inflate your business and use pronouns like we, us, or our. There's no value in trying to be perceived as a team of people if that's not the truth. When you go to write your proposals, spend the time to research your clients and their industry to better understand them. Some clients will include information about their business in their ad. Some won't. Don't be afraid to ask for more information about the project. Here's how you don't write persuasively. The proposed logo redesign will enhance the existing brand. I will map this work to your company values and work with you to ensure success. That doesn't sound terrible, but it looks so. Insert company name here. It's cold and generic. This doesn't convey care or interest. Instead, write like this. The proposed logo redesign should reflect a funky, fun, and approachable company that strives to convey brand values of trust, quality, and play. This type of wording may pull keywords that the client themselves used in their listing, and this conveys the type of image they're looking for. This shows you understand what they're in need of and that you have a direction for the project that matches their own vision of it. Clients don't like to waste time reading. No one does. So don't write your proposal to be more than 2 to 4 paragraphs. Here's a breakdown of what must be included in your proposals. Brief introduction. Include a brief synopsis of who you are and what you bring to the table. Goals. What's the client looking for and how are you going to deliver on their needs? This is your chance to demonstrate a solid understanding of what your client needs. Use this to describe how you'll deliver a solution. Regurgitate and even quote words your client used in the listing. If you're doing a website design or large project, then break down the features and solutions using bullet points to make it more digestible. Timeline. How long will the project take to deliver? Include phases and relevant milestone dates if it applies. Cost. State your price and/or price per deliverable. As an example, X number of dollars per t-shirt design. Add examples of your work. Let the client know that you actually have the desired experience by showing them work that you've done in the past. Please see an attached document that includes some of the best proposals ever written. You may use these for inspiration, but please do not copy. In this section, I will take you through the different steps to ensure that you have a great profile that stands out. Let's start with some tips and tricks for creating a winning profile. Grammar. Grammar is extremely important to set you apart from other freelancers. The better your grammar, the more secure the client will be, knowing that communication will be easy. If your English is not that great, don't fret. There are plenty of employers who are willing to take the chance on a freelancer who is simply able to follow instructions. However, we recommend that you carve out some time for personal development. Please review the attached list of free websites that offer basic English courses and lessons. What to include in your About section and header. What you include in your About section is also important, as your success at landing a job is largely dependent on how clients perceive you after reading it. Your About section is like a sales pitch. You must use this opportunity to convince the client to buy your services. In this lesson, I share with you my process for writing a killer About section. 1. Have a winning opening sentence. An opening sentence can make or break your profile. You want to start with a line that will draw the reader in and keep them there. 2. Don't just lead with the facts. People need to know more about the real you. Facts alone don't persuade. Make your profile a window and not a wall. 3. Tell the story of your professional journey. Explain how you got to where you are today. This doesn't have to be a chronological list. Make it interesting. Enable people to understand how you know what you know. 4. Tell people how you can help them. Be specific. Add a list of the services that you provide. 5. Demonstrate how you've provided solutions for others. Link to your portfolio and list projects you've worked on. We will discuss how to build a portfolio in a later lesson. Image. I have never seen a faceless freelancer get hired. You must upload an image of yourself. Clients like to know that they are dealing with a real person. Show them that you are human. Here are some tips for deciding which of your many selfies to choose from. 1. Stick with headshots. Upwork profile images are only 320 by 320 pixels. Make the most of this by focusing on your face, with your trusting eyes and charismatic smile. 2. Ensure that you are wearing professional attire. You don't need to be wearing a suit, but the client shouldn't be wondering if you're a bodybuilder instead of an accountant. Though you can be both, first impressions count. Look the part. Ensure that you are well groomed. 3. Ensure that your background is professional and relevant. Clients don't need to see your grandma or your 5 dogs, unless you're a writer whose niche is writing about dogs. 4. Smile. Flash those pearly whites. There is nothing that draws people in like a great smile. Tests. If you're a newbie with no prior experience, taking tests is extremely important. These allow you to demonstrate that you have some kind of experience in or knowledge of the skills listed on your profile. If you are from a country where your first language is not English, the very first test you should take is the Basic English US test. Clients like to know that the flow of communication between you will be seamless and there won't be any project delays due to language barriers. Video trailer. More and more freelancers are leaning towards adding intro videos to their profiles. In the world of online work, it can sometimes be difficult to establish a personal connection through written profiles. Having an introduction video on your profile is a great way to build rapport with clients looking for talent. An introduction video provides a preview of your unique characteristics and what it'll be like to work with you. Top clients hire freelancers who are a joy to speak with and passionate about their trade. Videos enable you to quickly build a bond that can set the stage for that perfect freelancer-client match. Name. Ensure accurate. Please ensure that you use your real name when signing up for your account. You may use a variation of your name, but nothing that is too far off from the name on your photo ID. For example, if the name on my photo ID is Jonathan, I can use John. However, if I use, say, Jay, I may have issues verifying my identity. Profile verification. This is a simple process that lets Upwork and potential clients know that you are who you say you are. To verify your identity, Upwork will need the following documents. A current and valid government-issued photo ID. Depending on where you're from, acceptable documents include a passport, driver's license, a national ID card, or a voter ID. Student IDs and library cards are not accepted. A recent billing statement that includes your name and the address that is included on your account. These should be no older than 6 months. Acceptable documents include bank statements, credit card statements, utility bills. If you do not have any of these documents, Upwork will accept a utility bill with the same address included on your account with somebody else's name as long as you share the same last name. Just let them know that you live with the person. For example, if I live with my dad and his name, Jim Gordon, is on the electricity bill, I can submit that documentation as proof of address. Virtual interview. Tips to navigate. Like it or not, video interviews are a regular part of the freelancing industry. Clients in the US are able to speak and employ contractors in Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean, China, India, Philippines, etc. Wherever you're from, communication is key, and Skype, along with similar video chat software, bridges any possible gaps. But despite how common they are, the nuisance of acing a video interview are only starting to be recognized. Many people will simply prepare as they would for a regular interview. A Skype interview is a whole different ballgame though. It's like being on TV, except you're filming, directing, and acting in this role. Follow these tips and you'll be set to score an Emmy or job from your performance. 1. Get your tech up to speed. Ensure the technology being discussed or actually being used for the virtual interview is installed and working before your meeting. Get a good webcam. Check your lighting. Invest in a microphone. Test your internet connection as well as the microphone and camera to ensure there are no unforeseen glitches. 2. Prepare your environment. It's important that a prospective employer can see more than just your face when you turn on the camera. The bedroom is one of the worst places to conduct an interview. If possible, position your computer and webcam so there's a blank wall in back of you. If that's not possible, manipulate the background so it appears you are in a professional setting. Think bookshelves in the background rather than your unmade bed. Turn off the television, radio, and other noise before beginning, and make sure pets and children are situated so they don't make unannounced and unappreciated guest appearances. 3. Dress for success. Dress for a virtual interview the same way you would for an in-person interview. Although you will be conducting a virtual interview from the comfort of your home, you shouldn't dress like you're lounging on the couch, binge watching the latest Netflix series. I suggest that only simple jewelry be worn to keep from distracting the interviewer. The same goes with showing a lot of skin and having clean nails without crazy nail polish. Make sure to wipe your face if you have oily skin, because it will get picked up easily by the lighting and the camera. And don't chew gum. 4. Also try to avoid jokes about the online part of your job interview. Remember, companies that are hiring remote workers are used to dealing with people comfortable with collaborative platforms. Don't mention how weird it is to interview with someone virtually, because it makes you look inexperienced. Always act like you've been there before. 5. Stay focused and make eye contact. People have a habit of looking at themselves in the small window on their screen. Try to remain focused on the interviewer. Do not appear to be looking at something else on your screen. Do not appear to be distracted. If possible, look into the camera. 6. Be yourself. Think of virtual interviews as the speed dating of the work world. Organizations want to get a quick sense of who you are, so they can determine if you will fit into the company's culture. Instead of trying to be the person you think the interviewer is looking for, be yourself. Being true to yourself is the best way to highlight what you can offer, and will make it easier for the organization to determine if you're a good fit. Some additional tips are: have a professional Skype handle. I would not want to hire you if your Skype handle was Sexy Mama 69 or Big Daddy 87. Turn off notifications on your computer and close other software programs. Prepare any questions that you may have for the interviewer. If your interview consists solely of audio, invest in a good microphone and try to eliminate background noise and echoes. Make a call to a friend to test the quality of your audio before your interview. And obviously, do your research on the company and, if possible, the interviewer as well. Please see the attached resource for a comprehensive list of basic interview questions. How to discuss the terms of your agreement with clients, the do's and don'ts. In order to have a great relationship with your clients, it is imperative that clear terms are outlined and understood by both parties. Here's a list of do's and don'ts for discussing the terms of your agreement. Let's start with the do's. Do be very clear about your rate. Ensure that you know how much you are worth. Don't undercut your rate to try to fit into a customer's budget. Some people will accept jobs that pay them significantly less than what they're willing to work for, simply because it's a job. This never ends well. Do be clear about milestones and the deadline for your project. Don't be tardy. Finish your work on time. If complications arise that will lead to a delay, inform your client. Apologize. It's important to remember that your clients are running businesses that may may not rely on you to get your job done during a particular time slot. Do ensure that you understand what is being asked of you. Do not be afraid to ask clarifying questions. Too often we leave things up in the air because we are afraid to ask questions and look stupid or incompetent. Don't start a project that you do not fully understand.